All right, y'all. Where the hell is Alchemy? I know some of you have tuned into my unappropriate podcast, NBA Alchemy. You can find it on all podcast formats. But, I've kind of just laid low here for the last few weeks, the final 10 games or so of the season, because let's be honest, there hadn't been a lot of interest. I thought it was better for me to charge my battery and get ready for this playoff push and get out a lot more content to y'all. And, some of you maybe are tuning in for that more cinematic matchup by matchup breakdown for this Warriors-Clippers first round series. And I gotta be honest with you. It's not that serious. No disrespect to the Clippers, right? But, come the second round, if everything plays out as anticipated and perhaps Houston Warriors second round, you're going to get a big breakdown, right? And we're going to really get into things. But this, I don't know how much intrigue there actually is, to be honest with you. I'm just going to keep it a buck, right? So I think the question that I need to propose is, what would need to happen? Oh my goodness. Decline. Let's keep recording. You see, your boy is trying to roll through this. I think the question that I need to ask y'all is, what would need to happen for the Clippers to make this a series? Right? That's the true question. Now I got leaf blowers outside, bro. It never ends. It never ends. I think what would need to happen is Shai Gilgeous, I'm gonna have to learn his name, SGA, right? It's just a mouthful. Pause, right? But their rookie has been very impressive. He is going to need to play very well. That's first and foremost, because they're going to need his defense on the floor. It's no secret who they're going against, the greatest backcourt ever formed. And so you look at Lou Williams, right? And you look at some of their other guards. Beverly is a strong defender, obviously, right? But they're going to need Shai out there, because if you put Lou out there, or the youngster Shamet can shoot the lights out, right? But they're going to be destroyed on the defensive end. So I think the question is can Shai, he's their best guard defender at this point. Beverly, you could argue, right? That's fine. His tenacity, but he's chipped up, and they need that defensive backcourt. But will they be able to generate enough offense if you leave the rookie in there, right? So that's question number one. Can he get it going? Because ultimately down the stretch, Gallinari and Lou Williams, their two offensive closers, are complete defensive liabilities. Now, you can hide Gallo on Draymond Green, right? But where are you going to hide Lou Williams? There's nowhere to hide Lou. And playoff Lou hasn't exactly been regular season Lou, right? He's one of the masters of drawing cheap fouls. I know he hung 51 at Oracle. That says something, right? You have to raise a brow to that. But so first and foremost, what would need to happen? Again, I'm asking y'all, what would need to happen for this to become interesting? The rookie, Shai Gilgeous. I'm gonna have to just reshoot the whole thing because I can't say dude's name. SGA, lanky. He looks so young. I mean, he looked like he wear tighty whities. He'd be walking out there all goofy and shit. Anyway, let me get back into this. The second thing that I think that needs to happen is Gallinari, Lou Williams, and Landry Shamet need to be prolific from three. And they basically need to be all shooting a 40% clip and hitting, multiple threes in this day. And again, these aren't like secrets, but I'm listing down what needs to happen, right? Here's one that you may not see and may be a bit of a reach or stretch. You remember the Clippers showed up at Oracle. It was just like last Sunday, right? For the Oracle regular season finale. The We Believe jerseys was on fresh. But anyway, Zubac, shout out the Lakers, needs to outplay DeMarcus Cousins. You go, whoa, that's just crazy. But why I brought up that game last Sunday, Boogie, remember, he started off the game like 0 of 8. Now, part of it was just DeMarcus was pressing. Everybody sometimes just has a day, and he was out of rhythm, and he started to kind of force things. But Zubac, what I noticed was he is one of the few guys that Boogie couldn't really dislodge, Like when he got in the post, his size seemed to kind of affect Boogie, and then he's got great footwork, great touch, and it's not out of the realm of the possibilities that he could play the matchup even or perhaps outplay DeMarcus Cousins. So that would need to happen, right? Next, Steve Kerr would have to do some meddling, right? And what I mean by that in particular is if he gives the Warriors' second unit too long of a leash, if he doesn't tighten the rotations enough in this first round matchup, that's where the Clippers' strength lies, is their depth, right? That's been the storyline all year with the Clippers. Montrez and Lou Williams, are they really bench players? But they're the highest scoring bench duo of all time, right? And that's where the Clippers can really make up a lot of ground, is against the second unit. And so my concern would be is we've seen a lot of Quinn Cook lately. And I get it, the regular season's winding down and it may not necessarily lead to playoff rotation minutes. But we've seen a lot of Quinn Cook lately, and I know the boy's on fire. He's cooking from behind the arc. But my concern is he is such a defensive liability that he could really let that second unit for the Clippers get going. If Lou Williams is, if Quinn Cook is out on the floor for extended minutes against Shamet, or Lou Williams, or really any of their guards not named Patrick Beverley, it's going to be a light show. He's going to get lit up. And so in this specific matchup, I much prefer Shaun Livingston. Now, I know he's nursing knee soreness and various things, right? And but in this early matchup, we need the defensive guard. Cook, obviously the superior shooter. I'm not too worried about that. I think the most fun matchup is going to be Montrez and Draymond, right? Two of the most physical players in the league. I expect Kerr to match minutes with Montrez. Obviously, Draymond's going to start, right? But we're going to see probably small ball lineups where they're playing the center and matched up against each other. Kevon Looney, as good as he's been playing lately, he's been finishing at the rim so well. If you go check my Patreon breakdowns, I've discussed how much more dynamic Looney has got finishing around the basket lately. But his motor, I don't know if he can match the motor. He can't match the motor of Trez, right? And he's not going to match the physicality or the quickness off the floor. I think it's not a favorable matchup for Looney. So you need Draymond in there. It's not a favorable matchup for Jerebko, right? He kind of eats everybody's lunch. That said, if they try to go small, is Kerr going to counter with Boogie? Because I know Boogie struggled against Zubac, but Trez is as physical as they get. He's too light in the britches for Boogie in the paint, right? So we'll see about that. Now, the last thing that would need to happen for the Clippers to make this an interesting series is really something that the Warriors would do. And that is, are the Warriors going to enjoy the LA nightlife too much, right? Are they going to enjoy the nightlife too much? It's been well publicized that they did not want to go to San Antonio, and I don't blame them, right? But I'm a little concerned, are we going to get some LA Clay, right? Not China Clay, LA Clay, right? And, my question is, they're going to say all the right things, but do the Warriors have the appropriate fear that they should have for this Clippers team? Because obviously from a talent standpoint, they can blow them off the floor. And that's what worries me about the appropriate fear. But from an effort standpoint, right? The effort and energy that the Clippers bring, and let's face it, they're playing with house money. There's no pressure on them. They can play loose. They're going to play hard. And if the Warriors don't respect that, particularly on the road in Game 3 and Game 4, are they going to slip up and give the Clippers life? Right? Now, I'm gonna come with some breakdowns on this channel of the whole playoffs. I'm gonna hit you with podcasts, quick takes, breakdowns. I'm gonna really up the content. Please help share and spread the word so my channel can grow. If you really like my takes, again, I encourage you to check out the Patreon because I'm not just covering Warrior games anymore, y'all. I just put in a new tier where I'm gonna break down 2 or 3 games a week of the big games, other playoff matchups. So if you're a Warrior rival, if you're a Rocket fan, or you're someone in the East looking to scout, you're a Raptors fan, you can get some intel, some insight, and I promise you details. It's details and schematics and things that are not talked about on YouTube or on ESPN or Fox or on the national media stuff. I can guarantee that. So go check it out, even if it's just for the playoffs. If you're a real basketball head, I promise you enjoy it. And as always, hit that like, share, and subscribe. I'm out, y'all.